Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's Lair. I'm your host, Larry the Chupacabra, and we're back for some more indie Kickstarter first look stuff here today. And we're going to be taking a look at Deliver Us the Moon, which is currently up on Kickstarter at the time that I'm making this video, through the middle of March. And it's done by Kyokan Interactive, a group out of the Netherlands, and it's an atmospheric game about going to the moon. It's kind of like a survival atmospheric game about going to the moon and trying to use the resources there to save mankind. And they've got a wonderful playable demo, which is very solid and looks fantastic, that we can check out. And even you folks at home can check out on their Kickstarter page. You can all download it and check it out for yourselves. And it's pretty spiffy, if I do say so myself. We're going to check it out here today and talk about all the things that they're looking to do.
I'm afraid the worst has happened. Operation Global Remedy has failed, and we are looking at a vast depletion of the Earth's resources.
Should we engage on our final backup plan?
This astronaut is the only chance humanity has left for survival.
Are you aware this is a do-or-die mission? Once we launch, there's no turning back.
We have no choice. All mankind depends on it. Please, deliver us the moon. Deliver us.
Please. Deliver us. Please. Deliver us.
Okay, so after that very ominous sort of introduction, so apparently sometime in the maybe not so distant future, mankind has consumed all of the wonderfully abundant resources here on Earth, and now mankind is on the brink of extinction. And in much a similar sounding vein as Interstellar, we have to go to the moon to gather enough resources to try and figure out some way of reversing all this, although it doesn't seem to require a wormhole or getting exploded through an extra dimension. So we have our lovely astronaut person here in this gorgeous Unreal Engine 4. Man, this stuff is beautiful. And yeah, we just gotta kind of explore this very atmospheric game and try to solve things like puzzles, try to survive on the moon, and, you know, not get murdered and save humanity. Sounds pretty simple. I mean, saving humanity is just like something you can do before breakfast, right? Yeah, totally. Alright, well, I guess the only thing left to do, since we're already suited up, and I've already used the built-in pee pouch of this WSA suit, we just gotta get into this stolen rocket and get our butts up to the moon. You know, pretty simple and straightforward. Now, one would assume before one gets in a expensive, you know, world military rocket from the World Space Administration, that you'd have to contact the advanced chimpanzees at Mission Control, but I guess the chimpanzees in the future also got wiped out, so now they've replaced the chimpanzees with the iChimpanzee app from Apple. So, that stuff's all automated now. I guess that's good. You don't have to worry about all of the monkeys going into, like, a banana and poo flinging contest and then your rocket crashing back into the ground. So, 10 out of 10 on that. So you might think, if you're part of an administration, Larry, that's made up of all world nations who are trying to save the Earth from itself by mining desperately needed resources from the moon in order to reverse global, whatever is, I don't know, it's probably like a plague or something, destroying the Earth from all of the depleted resources. You'd think there'd be like a giant world effort, right? Where like all the countries would be working together to try and save us. Well, you're not entirely wrong. It's just that, you know, global politics. One person says potato, someone else says potato, and then a Russian guy starts shooting up the place. So, something has happened. We don't really know what. It could have been a cataclysm, or a catastrophe, a catastrophaction up in space, and also there's like a weird crease on my spacesuit I just discovered when I was trying to dramatically look up at space, that has caused everyone to be either dead or incapacitated, so we're like a rogue element inside of the WASA who is, or the WSA, why did I say ASA? Well, anyway, that is gonna go up to the moon, and we're going to try and do what all the other people screwed up. So this is actually something I rather enjoy, is we actually have to go through the standard flight procedures in order to launch our spaceship. And I actually remember doing quite a bit of this at space camp when I was a kid. Me and my pal Brian paid for our you know, worked really hard and set our own trip up to go to space camp. And our parents were like, oh, yeah, all right, sure, go for it. So the instructions are we have to start each event with caution and in the correct order so our ship doesn't go explodey and mankind is doomed. And we also have to do it quickly or else the whole thing will shut down. And there's two phases, the ground phase and the air phase. Sounds pretty simple, so we just have to fish around for all the right buttons. So first thing, start the ground launch sequence. Here we go. Gotta hit the E button. Alright, ground launch sequencer booted up, and then we need the orbital retraction arm. No giving hand jobs to the orbital launch bay before we leave. As much fun as that is. Alright, and then start the auxiliary power units. This actually is pretty accurate to what I experienced at Space Camp. Minus the fact that all these buttons are, hoverable. Alright, auxiliary power, and then where's the gaseous oxygen vent? Oh, there we go. Oxygen arm retracted. Sound suppression system. Does this sucker have Bose speakers? Hell yes. Thank you, future. They did not skimp on the frills. Or the chills. And then activate the hydrogen burn-off system. Can't have too much hydrogen, it makes you stinky up in space. And then flip the lever to start the main engine. And away we go. Now, something I thought of when I first started testing this demo is, aside from the fact that this thing is flippin' gorgeous, it would be nice if there was an extra monitor up here that showed like an external camera on this launch vehicle, so I could see like the different phases of the rocket as it leaves the Earth's atmosphere and goes up to the moon. So that would be kind of cool, but I'm also down to clown with what's going on here in this one-man, two-man rocket that I'm piloting alone. Because I'm a crazy maverick, what can I say? But I mean, this is a really good-looking game, and it plays really well already. So I mean, it's always really awesome to see a Kickstarter game with a solid promo kind of demo that looks like they just have to add levels to it, and most of the work is already done. Alright, now we gotta turn off the engines. Stage separation. There we go. And it might also be important to, like, have a timer on how long you have to figure out where all these buttons are, or you fail. And explode, and end up like an Apollo 13 situation. But either way, I'm down to clown with what's going on here. And I'm also somewhat curious as to what has happened to our fellow astronaut compatriots here. So we've arrived on what appears to be a space station, but you know those fancy people of the future. They had to one-up current NASA and install a space elevator on the moon. And since the moon is tidally locked, or it doesn't rotate, it just faces the Earth regardless, it's really easy to put something like a space elevator on it, so you don't have to worry about constantly landing and taking off again and wasting precious rocket fuel. And unfortunately, this place has been kind of shot to hell, and something has banged up the whole thing, and there's an oxygen breach. Uh-oh, well, I guess it's a good thing we're in a spacesuit. But unfortunately, it's the cheap discount Craigslist spacesuit, so there's a limited amount of oxygen before we suffocate and die. Isn't that just adorable? So we gotta try and get through this facility before we suffocate to death, and as you can see, some of these doors are kinda crunked. So I'm trying to kind of think of what sort of story could be happening here. So there was some sort of international disagreement that happened, and the astronauts all got pissed off at each other, and either they were fighting and didn't keep the facility up to date or anything, or like a natural disaster happened and like a meteor shower came and destroyed everything. This is like, clearly this was like a living quarters for a lot of people who were maintaining and managing the comings and goings of all the resources up here. But something happened. I don't know if some people got shot, if they found like an alien presence here on the surface of the moon. Like maybe they found the ancient slumbering crab donkeys of the moon, and they started eating everybody. Something somewhat suspicious has occurred, and we gotta kind of fill in where all that left off. Now, they've already said that there's gonna be a bunch of puzzles in the game, a bunch of environmental puzzles and obstacles and dangers, but I'm also wondering if they're gonna have like an impending doom sort of feel besides the death of mankind that are kind of drive you along and keep with the sense of doom and gloom. So, I mean, I don't know, maybe like the Russians are shooting people up here and they want to restore the glory of the Soviet Union. There's a lot of options to be had. So, I mean, something that happened up here that's very, like, real, that you've got to constantly contend with and sneak around would be kind of handy to have. I mean, let's think about this. Like, other survival horror games, like Dead Space had the constant impending doom of, like, going crazy and becoming an alien zombie. So something like that, some impending force in this game that might, like, sort of draw together the lonely feeling of being the only human up here with the atmosphere would be pretty sweet, because clearly something has happened to all of these astronauts down here. Or else, why would a whole, you know, like, not world, but like crew of international astronauts who are probably the best of the best, without something sinister happening, I mean, where would they all go? So we need to get into this elevator so that we can get down to the moon's surface, I take it. And we need to find either like a key or a device to open up this chamber here. And this is about as far as I went when I tested this out earlier for a test recording. So we're just gonna have to see where all of this goes. So I guess this is where the puzzles start to fit in. So there's a locker down here that's all crunked up. And the lighting and the environments and the textures in here look pretty good. Like, let's zoom in here. Yeah, these are actually pretty nice textures. They're pretty decently high res. They've got reflections. Nice job, guys. I like what I'm seeing. And there's some, like, jugs on the walls. A lot of ambient objects that would make sense. But, I mean, again, if something did happen, some evidence of what happened would probably be nice. So we got some doors, and they say, in case of an emergency, apply high voltage to cause the door to open. So are there some exposed cables in here that I need, or is that just kind of an ambient thing? It'd also be, did I say that I want to knock over these jugs? Because I really want to knock over these jugs. But like, just environmental bits that I can bop would be great. Alright. Oh, these kind of look like an orb thing. Do I need one of these to activate that door up there? You know, that might be what I need. Alright. I see what you're getting at, game. So I guess whatever it is in this room with these gigantic, magical, technological pillars. Looks like we got like a power cell in there that I need to get at. And this one's gone, so whatever this is, I need this. So is there like a terminal puzzle in here or something? Nope, the terminal is off. I guess they're trying to download the iTunes update and it's kind of being a pain in the butt. Guess I'll just use the old-fashioned button trick like the Jetsons. And what is this? To right-click the mouse button to... Oh, I have a gun. Is this an electricity gun? Oh, it is. It shoots like a little orb of electricity. Okay. So I guess this is the multi-tool that I saw in one of the GIFs, the animated GIFs on the Kickstarter page. Oh, I can't use this door, though. It's not letting me do the thing. Okay, I guess I just have to go to another part of the facility through this other door, then. So this is eventually going to be like a laser welder that I can use to cut, like, vent grates off. Or maybe even move stuff, like in, Portal. As if it's some sort of gravity gun, too. That's actually not bad, I like that. It's maybe this is gonna be like a more puzzle-oriented game. I'm kinda curious now, but this looks like the docking bay. Or a docking bay. I guess this is what leads out to the moon's surface, where presumably all the shenanigans went down. And there's also some highly, like, moody music, like there's some dramatic stuff that went down here, but I couldn't tell you what it was. I kind of feel like I'm in Soma again, that underwater game of horror and butt-touching. Alright. I guess something in here is what we want. Okay, I see a terminal. The terminal is glowing red, so clearly I need to, like, re-access some power or something in the center there. And maybe I can access those round-headed creature things. Alright. Okay, go on downstairs, Larry. You make a fantastic astronaut, Larry. Your booty is so toned and tight in these space pants. Okay, so what do we got? Well, whoever left this place in a hurry certainly made sure to lock all the doors and put their keys up. So the ASE droid is on the pedestal. Lift the pedestal. Oh, you have to power up a droid. Oh, okay. Wait, why did the music get all sinister? Is someone gonna try and murder me? Like there's drum beat music. It's up-tempo, like something's about to happen. Well, alright, I have a laser gun. Come on, whoever's gonna come play with me. I guess nobody. So let's put our version of HAL 9000 up on this pedestal. Oh wait, this is that robot companion that we get from the Kickstarter page. Oh, I see. Alright, lift up the pedestal, and then power each of these individual nodes. Okay. Pop that. Oh, alright, so it like shoots a jolt of power to that central relay. Oh yeah, okay. I see what you're throwing down here. You guys, I like this. This is a really cool sort of, feeling, atmosphere to these pieces of technology. They feel very real and very hodgepodge in desperation to save humanity. Okay. I smell what you're cooking. I am down to clown. So, do I need to reactivate the console now? I do. Activate the main procedure for the ASE, the all-seeing eyeball robot. Which I'm guessing is like a floating drone, because it doesn't look like it has wheels like the rover from Planet 51. Okay. Oh, it's alive. It's like the ghosts from Destiny. Oh, look at you! Look at you, little fancy guy. Oh, alright, come on, buddy. Let's go save humanity, just you and me. Alright, so I guess we go back to that device and activate the elevator, and I'm guessing that's probably where this Kickstarter preview ends. I mean, that's a logical stopping point. And these guys, just so we can keep talking about the Kickstarter, They're looking to get 100 grand, 108 grand USD, and it's only like 3 days in. Whoops, this is the wrong direction. It's only like 3 days in, and they've already raised $67,000. So clearly a lot of people think that this is some pretty delicious stuff going on here. And I gotta agree, it's always really good when you have a solid demo like this that you can package and show to people to really gain their trust and to get them to invest their money in your project. So if you're looking to do a Kickstarter and you can oh, did I leave my friend behind? Oh, he teleported, okay. If you can develop something like this, then you totally should. To share with people, to show them that you have something in progress, ready to go. So is this open? Where does oh, this goes out to the docking bay, okay. So I was right, we do go in here. Uh-oh, there's the moonscape. I wonder if that Martian rover's out here. Looks like it might be. And there's geysers of energy. Oh, look at, oh, yep, I was right. That's where it kicks off. But yeah, these bad man pajamas are looking for around 100 grand to get this game funded. It's only been like 3 or 4 days, and they've got most of it already. So chances are they are going to make that goal. And this game looks pretty delicious. It's very atmospheric. It already looks, behaves, and feels just like you would expect a sort of puzzle-based survival game to feel like. And hopefully they have enough gadgets, toys, and other sort of unlockable things throughout the game to keep you interested and to, well, help save humanity. And also, really, they need to definitely have something to sort of build on this atmosphere of something sinister has happened on the moon to the crew who was going to save humanity, and we're their last hope. And us and our buddy, the ASE robot, who totally has a death laser eyeball, are going to do the stuff with the things. So if you're interested in checking this game out yourselves, or you just want to play the demo, check out their Kickstarter. It's linked in the description below. And I will catch you guys and gals next time. I've been your host, Larry the Chupacabra, and I'm making a push to feature more indie stuff more often on my channel. So stay tuned. This is the start of that push with Deliver Us the Moon. So I'll catch you guys and gals next time. Be sure to do the likey, subscribey thing. And definitely check them out. And toodles, everybody.